In South Korea, a quiet farmer lived near a reservoir outside Seoul. Neighbors knew him as a friendly man who raised livestock and sometimes picked up stray dogs. He looked like an ordinary father raising two sons, but behind that normal life was one of the most disturbing serial killers in the country's history. His name was Kang Ho-sun. Kang was born in 1970 in rural South Korea and grew up in a typical farming family. Nothing about his childhood seemed especially alarming. As an adult, he married several times, but each relationship ended in arguments and divorce. Over time, he became bitter, blaming women for his failed marriages and loneliness. In 2005, tragedy struck when his fourth wife and her mother died in a sudden house fire. Authorities ruled it an accident at the time, but the timing raised suspicions later because Kang had taken out a large life insurance policy shortly before the fire. The payout gave him hundreds of millions of won and allowed him to live comfortably on his farm. Not long after, Kang began committing a series of horrifying crimes. Starting in 2006, he drove through nearby cities like Gunpo, looking for women who were alone at night. Many of his victims were karaoke bar hostesses, students, or office workers waiting at bus stops. Kang appeared calm, polite, and trustworthy. He would start a friendly conversation and offer them a ride, pretending to be a kind widowed father. But once they got into his vehicle, the situation turned deadly. Kang drove them to remote areas where he assaulted and strangled them. Afterward, he buried their bodies in wooded areas near his farm, then calmly returned home and continued his daily routine as if nothing had happened. Between 2006 and 2008, women began disappearing across the region. At first, the cases didn't seem connected, and Kang managed to avoid suspicion for years. His quiet personality and normal lifestyle helped him blend in. To neighbors and acquaintances, he was just another farmer living outside the city. Everything changed in late 2008 when a 19-year-old university student vanished while waiting at a bus stop. New surveillance cameras had recently been installed in the area. The footage showed a van stopping and the young woman getting inside. Investigators later discovered that Kang tried to withdraw money from her bank account, and an ATM camera captured his face. Police traced the vehicle back to him and raided his farm in January 2009. What they found was deeply disturbing. Inside the house were dozens of women's belongings and clothing stained with blood. Investigators also discovered burial sites around the property. When questioned, Kang eventually confessed to murdering multiple women and even led officers to the locations where he had hidden their bodies. The case shocked the entire country. The quiet farmer who once appeared harmless was responsible for a brutal series of killings. Today, Kang Ho-sun is serving life in prison in South Korea. His crimes left a lasting scar on the nation and raised a chilling reminder that sometimes the most dangerous people can hide behind the most ordinary lives.